Welcome to SO Radio's official live coverage of the FA World Cup. Today is we actually don't know. Not bad. Colombia. Oh no, it is Uruguay versus Costa Rica.
Group D is Uruguay versus Costa Rica.
Now he says it. Enjoy.
Sponsored by the Santander 123 current account. ITV's coverage of the 2014 FIFA World Cup.
The match with fans on Sports Yapper. Get the app now.
Web or phone? Tough choice, 118. Smartphone, 118. Clues in the name. Smart. Phone. You can't call the web.
Every nail-biting moment. Sponsored by Sony, official partner of the 2014 FIFA World Cup.
4 hours behind you in northeastern Brazil. A lovely late afternoon in Fortaleza. Everybody ready, except Uruguay starter Luis Suarez underwent that knee surgery 22 days ago. He is available from the bench tonight. 36-year-old Diego Forlan will take his place. It's a familiar-looking Uruguayan lineup. The familiar names in the Costa Rican lineup: Brian Ruiz of Fulham of late, and Joel Campbell, an Arsenal player still to appear for them. 5 at the back. The Central American should be stubborn at very, very least. Fortaleza is the northernmost coastal venue at these finals, not quite as close to the equator as Manaus. The 0 degrees latitude is just 250 miles north of here. It's going to be a hot one. The temperature inside the stadium at the moment is 33 degrees. One of the biggest stadia for these finals. The setting for the first match of Group D for difficult. The England players have got too much on their plates just now to be watching, but this is kick-off in the England group. All the 3 other teams will hope, maybe expect, to beat Costa Rica in the all-white strip. Goal difference may be a deciding factor, but Andy Townsend, are there any pushovers at this World Cup?
I think we saw with Australia last night, Clive, that they're the so-called whipping boys in their particular group. They put on a terrific performance, I thought they gave last night. They really ran Chile very close. They could have scored a couple more than they did. That result could have been very different. So again, today we're expecting to see Uruguay win. We're expecting to see them. They're the team that 4 years ago showed us what they're all made of. They're strong, they're resilient, they do have some star quality. But for Costa Rica, I've been in that scenario when you're the underdog going into your first game. Keep it tight for 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden your confidence will grow and you can start to find a way forward. But very important, they don't go behind early on.
The Uruguayan coach is the longest serving manager at these finals. No wonder he inherited a poor Uruguayan team and he took charge for a second time 8 years ago. His opposite number this evening, Jorge Luis Pinto, has been playing the no pressure, play without fear card in the build-up. Christian Rodriguez sidestepping Gamboa. Uruguay player pretty straightforward, 4-4-2.
Yeah, they do. Certainly do. There's nothing hidden with the way that they play. It is, as you say, very honest approach and quite straightforward. When they get Suarez back, they are a different team once more, but certainly with Cavani and Diego Forlan, who again is a very willing front runner. They both want to work very, very hard. So those three central defenders for Costa Rica have to be tight and assured.
Here's Joel Campbell. He is an individual. As Manchester United found out to their cost during their Champions League campaign when he scored a fine individual goal against them for Olympiacos in the last 16 in February.
It's just important today for Campbell that Bolaños and Brian Ruiz get in and around him and support him, otherwise he will become isolated again. He's up against Diego Lugano, who we know is at the moment probably looking for a new club. Diego Godin alongside him, a very accomplished central defender. So it's not going to be easy unless they get up to him and get in and around him. It's going to be a long afternoon for the centre forward.
Lugano long towards Cavani. Stuani trying to pounce on the ball. Costa Rica will operate with a back three stroke back five. Diego Forlan, who was voted the best player at the last World Cup finals, let's not forget, is now 35 years of age though, and playing his club football in Japan. Luis Suarez, he is not. Uruguay have never lost to Costa Rica, and they qualified for the last World Cup courtesy of a stormy playoff victory over the Costa Ricans. 2 games played in late 2009. The return match was stopped at one point by a fight between the Costa Rican substitutes and some photographers. They're a pretty rugged outfit, the men in white. Umana, left wing back is Diaz. This is Giancarlo Gonzalez, who was sent off just last weekend against Ireland for planting a wound in Kevin Doyle's head that needed 5 stitches. Free kick here has gone against Arevalo Rios, and we have an experienced German in charge this evening, Felix Brick. Ruiz. Bolaños making the run across Godin. Fernando Muslera is the experienced Uruguayan keeper. This is Stuani. Outnumbered. Celso Borges. Fed up to Campbell. Now Ruiz. Dispossessed though by Arevalo Rios. He's won it back as the Fulham man. He is still a Fulham player despite playing the second half of last season on loan for PSV Eindhoven.
Again, Arevalo getting very close to Brian Ruiz when he wants to drop off. If he thinks he's going to have time to have a little look and get his head up and maybe just manoeuvre the ball a little bit, he's mistaken. Arevalo's going to be in and around him very quickly.
Neither of the Costa Rican wing-backs are particularly adventurous. Gamboa on the near side's pretty energetic, but they lost the Everton player Brian Oviedo to injury. He has been giving them far more thrust in qualification down the left-hand side than Junior Diaz will. Right back for Uruguay's Maxi Pereira. Here is Forlan. There is Diego Lugano, still the skipper of his country. Martin Caceres. He's a right-footed left-back. Linking with Christian Rodriguez, winning a free kick for the rather wild challenge by Duarte. Rodriguez. Stuani had come in from that flank under the ball. Diaz trying to get out. Just
checking there to see exactly how quick Diaz is. because it's important that he and Gambo are down the right side for Costa Rica. They are going to be the outball. They are going to be the players that maybe can get it and start to initiate a few moving forward.
Gargano, Forlan, now Rodriguez, Caceres, way as far as Arevalo Rios, who had a speculative effort, blocked.
Five in a line at the back, Clive, just on the left hand side of the screen. You can see both of those wing backs dropping straight back in, and not the sort of type of guys that want to get ahead of the game. I don't blame them for that early on in this match. As I said, it's very important they keep it tight.
Caceres going towards Forlan, and a mistake by Gonzalez, which is goalkeeper, very good goalkeeper by the way. Keylor Navas has had an excellent season in the Spanish top flight with Levante. He was able to sort out. Gamboa. Easy enough for Godin. Mistake there by Duarte. This is Cavani. He's played mainly from wide positions for Paris Saint-Germain in the last year or so. Not in his preferred role because of the presence of Zlatan Ibrahimovic at that club, but he's very much the main man for Uruguay tonight, particularly in Suarez's absence. Maxi Pereira's header has fallen here for Campbell. He's found a pass too for Bolaños. Just unable to turn past Maxi Pereira.
Did well there, Maxi Pereira stayed on his feet. Actually was just looking at the ref. Thought he was given a little nudge in the back in the end by Bolaños, but that's good play from Campbell. As soon as he got that ball under control, immediately knocked it wide, looked to get in the box. But he is a very determined little right back, Maxi Pereira, and you're going to have to shift the ball very quickly if you want to get the better of him.
Diaz has found a cross and found Logano. He's conceded a corner kick.
Vitally important as well. With these sort of situations, you take great care with the delivery. Can certainly be an underdog at the start of a game when you put the two teams together, but when it comes to putting the ball in a six-yard box and asking someone to really go after it and attack it, then anything can happen. But just make sure that delivery is right. Give your centre-halves a chance.
There's a hand up inside the penalty area, but there was some pushing. The referee has found in Uruguay's favour.
I think it was Duarte at the back post. Looked like he pushed Lugano. Just see there, yeah, he gives him a nudge. The hand goes up. That's because he's had the two hands right in the middle of his back. And there's not even a subtle little nudge, is it?
It's fair to say that Lugano made absolutely certain that the referee was aware of the push. He'd had a knife in the back. Header on by Stuani. Cavani trying to feed off him. This is Forlan. Offside. Edinson Cavani.
Yeah, didn't want that one back actually from Diego Forlan there. He knew that he'd run offside. He needed his strike partner maybe to just look at picking somebody out in the box. There's only the one runner in there. You can see there Cavani miles offside.
Said a lot about wanting to play up front in the last year. He got his chance in that role when Ibrahimovic missed the Champions League quarter-final against Chelsea, and he missed a key chance at Stamford Bridge that night before Demba Ba won the tie. But he did score 25 goals for Paris Saint-Germain last season, even from that relatively unfavoured role. Foul by Gargano. Pretty rugged, the two central midfield players for Uruguay, Gargano and Arevalo Rios. perhaps more destructive than creative. This is Junior Diaz in towards Borges. Needed the header from Godin. So the chance for Ruiz. And from a standing start, he got up above Godin.
Again, good run forward there from Borges from the middle of the park, knocks it out wide, gets in the box. It's not what Brian Ruiz is famed for, trying to knock him in like that, but the initial one for Borges is too big. Godin does well to deal with that, but when it comes back in for the second time, Ruiz meets it. They've done okay so far. Decent start from Costa Rica.
Stadium not quite full. Uruguayan fans seem to be outnumbering Costa Ricans, who are outnumbering their counterparts on the beach this morning. Noisily, before breakfast. Uruguay not frightened to go long to Cavani.
Yeah, service needs to be a little bit better than that. Don't forget 3 central defenders there. So it's different if those 2 wing-backs have pushed on, then Cavani and Forlan can maybe arc those runs a little bit into the channels a bit more, but difficult to find them there.
Christian Rodriguez. Forlan. Gargano. It's a loose pass. The England camp have their spies in place here. Andy and I actually had a spot of supper last night with Gareth Southgate and the former Fulham forward John Marshall, who will be compiling their detailed reports on these two before flying back to England HQ in Rio later on tonight. The England match against Uruguay down in cooler Sao Paulo is on Thursday evening. England versus Costa Rica is Tuesday week in Belo Horizonte. Both of those live on ITV. You're making your plans. Next Thursday is an 8 o'clock kickoff. The Costa Rica game a week on Tuesday is at 5 your time.
Not for the first time, Diego Lugano in trying to go direct and long and early to Cavani. Not decent service. It's not good. I think Maxi Pereira is a terrific player, I really do, and I think that for Uruguay against this particular formation, he needs to sort of sneak forward and creep forward, and at the right time he may be the one to get his team out. He may offer them a little bit more width than Stuani on that right side.
Both Godin and Lugano are trotting forward for this free kick. Forlan going short to Caceres. It's a hopeful effort. Ricochets didn't favour Uruguay. Rodriguez, both the centre-backs are still in there. It's Cavani, and there's a flag up, it won't count. Godin's goal cancelled out. Well, he has scored some important goals in the last month or so. Headed Atletico Madrid into the lead in the Champions League final a week after heading the equaliser in Barcelona that clinched the Spanish title. Was he offside here?
Yeah. Good decision, well done. Linesman actually isn't right on the line, but you saw enough of Diego Godin there to get the flag up. They just slept a bit there, Costa Rica. They allowed Uruguay to take that free kick short and just mix it up a little bit. They were expecting it to come straight into the box. It didn't. And in the end, they just about got away with it.
Both of the linesmen are German officials, familiar to Felix Brick. It's a foul by Junior Diaz. Stuani's been preferred to Gaston Ramirez on that right-hand side. That was the only real dilemma for the Uruguayan coach once he decided that Luis Suarez wasn't fit enough to start.
Diego Forlan taking this free kick. Look where it is. I think someone with his pedigree would be up there looking for maybe a bob down or something that drops.
It's not a very good free kick, but it's found a way to Cavani. And it's not a very good volley either. What a chance.
There's a chance.
He miscued totally.
Could have took a touch. Could have done anything he wanted with that there, Edison Cavani. It was a poor free kick, but it just somehow ricocheted and found its way through. He's not offside because it comes off a Costa Rica player. Just there. Take a touch. Do anything you like. Don't lash at it wildly and just slice it wide.
Best chance of the evening so far. Duarte. Gamboa. Really strung 3 or 4 passes together as yet. Costa Rica, we've had a couple of individual mazy runs from Campbell.
Yeah, it's when they go into Campbell, then when if he can have a decent first touch and protect it and get hold of it, then they have a chance of getting up the pitch. But until it goes into him, really, the 2 wing backs aren't going to move. They're just going to stay in a line with the 3 central defenders, and it leaves them a little bit short with attacking ideas.
Rodriguez to Caceres. Slipped into the path of Cavani again. He was gaining on Umano with every pace, but in the end gave him a nudge. Uruguay's part of these finals began in late 2011. Luis Roy scored 3 minutes into a qualification campaign that later stuttered and looked doomed at one stage. This time 2 years ago, the Costa Rican team were heading back from Guyana, having registered the first win of their long road to Brazil. This moment's been a long time in coming. This opportunity, a long time in the making, an awful lot of matches and air miles to secure the honour of representing their nations on the main stage. Reaching around him, he thought he hit it against Campbell. Throw-in has been given. Ruiz. Bolaños beaten to it in the air by the smaller Maxi Pereira. Campbell's control letting him down there. It's gone for a throw rather than a goal kick. Still only 21, Joel Campbell. Been an Arsenal player for nearly 3 years, but yet to appear for them. There were some work permit issues when he first arrived back in 2011, so he's been loaned out in France and Spain and more recently in Greece. Gonzalez. Romana. This is Teixeira. Forward by Gamboa, but not with sufficient accuracy. Gargano is aware of Caceres making a run. Christian Rodriguez hasn't given it up just yet.
Plenty of time there, Gargano. He's tried to hit that one first time. I think he needs to be better in possession. Certainly the 2 central midfield players, Gargano and Arevalo. I think those guys need a little bit more help. They need, I feel, Caceres and Maxi Pereira on the right side, the 2 fullbacks, to look to get forward a little bit more. So far, they've been very disciplined, haven't moved. I'm sure that will change as the game goes on. They'll need to, because without that, they're just quite working like Uruguay. Unless it goes into the front 2 and they make something special happen. The guys behind it are pretty predictable.
Forlan. Stuani. Gargano. Arevalo Rios. Stuani off to Forlan. Maxi Pereira is on the way this time, but it comes left to Christian Rodriguez. Move breaks down, and Uruguay got 2-3 players out of the game here, but Costa Rica unable to break, unable to keep it, in fact. Free kick has gone Uruguay's way here. Teixeira, having lost the ball, challenged rather clumsily.
Just dived in a bit, Clive, didn't he? Just lunged. Look at that. I tell you, you've got to be very, very careful doing that. And he's low on the ball by the time he actually makes the chat. I tell you, that is a very, very poor challenge, and it's one that in World Cups usually gets punished, and it can be severely.
No control over that tackle once he launched himself. It's Forlan again. It's in towards Lugano. There's a hand up again there. Penalty given.
Was it Lugano's hand?
Well, Felix Brick feels he's seen a Costa Rican player handle it. They have surrounded him. They're disputing it. Referee only gets one look. There was certainly a handball, but by who?
My first thought was that it was Diego Lugano who actually put his hand up and made contact with that. I think what they're asking the referee in a situation like that, who handled it? Which one, referee? Tell us which one of us it was. And that'll convince him. Let's have a look.
It's Lugano.
It's Lugano. It's his hand that's gone up. Watch him there, you can see him towards the penalty spot right now. He is the wrong side. He's actually thrown his hand up again.
Unless he's given the penalty for the rugby tackle on Lugano.
Yeah,
now that's a different matter.
Yeah, that certainly is.
Because Junior Diaz had his arms round Lugano's waist. Well, the referee has got it right by hook or by crook.
Yeah, he has.
Diego Cavani, Edinson Cavani has missed the best chance of the game so far. This is better still. And Uruguay lead. No mistake that time. Quarter of the game gone. And Uruguay have looked the most likely from the outset, have the advantage, and Edinson Cavani has got their goal.
Good penalty. Nice and confident, always had that spot in his mind, hit it hard enough. Goalkeeper goes the right way, but just because of the pace on it, he's never going to get it. Supposed to stay on that line, of course. First thought is to get a yard out and then start diving to the left. By that time, it's already gone past him. And you're right, the referee did make the right call. It's poor defending in the end. We saw hands go up. It looked like it had been given for handball. But it was a poor challenge, an unnecessary one. It just got the wrong side. It allowed Diego Lugano to steal half a yard on him. And as soon as Lugano felt those arms around his waist, he just hit the floor. And he quite rightly got the decision.
Only the referee knows whether he gave it for the foul.
I think he did, Clive. I'm pretty sure he did in the end. Why don't you just mark the man, do the job properly? Why is there this intent for defenders? I do not know. To want to do that, to just try and deny the run instead of going attacking the ball, instead of getting yourself in the right position to start with.
Edinson Cavani's 22nd international goal is the difference. Lugano looking long again. Header away by Duarte. Navarro Rios, Gargano, Maxi Pereira, Stuani, Cavani is drawn wide here, done well to link up with Caceres. Now Forlan. Cross from Caceres, it's a dangerous one, it's a good header away by Umana, and then a rather hopeful instant hit from Diego Forlan.
That's actually a really nice and neat and tidy little period of possession there for Uruguay. There you can see it's Diaz who's the wrong side completely of Lugano. Yeah, it does hit a hand, it is Lugano's hand, but he was fouled, he was impeded. Cavani makes no mistake.
Navas couldn't quite reach it, even though he gets right. At the other end, Fernando Muslera is able to celebrate. Breakthrough for Uruguay. Campbell from range. Oh, we remarked on the fact that he scored a spectacular goal in the Champions League last 16 earlier in the year. It was from that kind of move.
And that is some way out, that really is. I'm not even sure that Muslera had set himself, even thought that Campbell was going to hit that one from that distance. But again, the ball goes into him early enough, then something can happen for Costa Rica. That is very close.
Godin reaching over Campbell. Forlan losing out to Campbell. Borges. Now Bolaños. Without the ball. Clever from Campbell, he's got away from Godin, trying to feed Bolaños. Well read by Maxi Pereira. He was confident that the pass was just a little bit too long for the man running off him.
Great turn that, lovely touch from Campbell. He could have kept going, he could have again attacked the space himself and potentially took the shot on. It's good play.
Caceres with a diagonal that is far too long for Stuani. Campbell seeing plenty of the ball. Here's Brian Ruiz. Teixeira. Borges. Tucked into Brian Ruiz. Under pressure though from Godin. Campbell. Round to turn. Run at Godin, who timed his challenge well. It was just a little late on Godin by Brian Ruiz.
Teixeira is again, Clive, who goes lunging in once more. That same sort of challenge, isn't it? Outstretched leg, studs up. What they have to do. I mean, there's a time sometimes when you're maybe 30 yards from your own goal, you've got to commit to a challenge like that. You've got to try and get a block on a shot or an important pass, but there, stay on your feet. Don't give the referee an opportunity to give you a cheap card and to put you under pressure for the rest of the game.
Borges, Brian Ruiz, here is Teixeira. Gamboa. Campbell, a nice angle on that. Does have some nice touches, Campbell. And bundled over there by Guicho Alvaro Rios. Challenge was in the back rather than shoulder to shoulder. I sense that Costa Rica are going to have to make the most of opportunities like this. Two of their back three forward. Holding going on again. That has fallen for Gonzalez. It's side netting. Got a deflection on its way. Corner kick.
Yeah, decent ball in from Bolaños. Uruguay don't really deal with the first one. Just comes back there. There's a half-hearted effort from Gonzalez with the outside of his right foot. He doesn't really catch it. It's kind of in between left and right and doesn't get enough on it, but it nearly squeezes in.
Away by Cavani. Campbell just couldn't quite get to the pitch of the ball. He's got it now. The cross is a good one too, and it needed the intervention of Lugano to concede another corner. Junior Diaz was forward from the previous corner. Good ball in by Bolaños.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Watched it well as well, Lugano there. Junior Diaz just kicked on the end of a flailing arm.
Towards Gonzalez again, but it's just got a little bit too much on it even for him. And the goal kick results.
There's all that pushing and pulling in and around the 6-yard box.
Caceres that time, probably as guilty as Junior Diaz was at the other end. Goal midway through this first half has made the first fan happy, and the second frustrated. Scored from the penalty spot by Edinson Cavani. Ruiz. Caceres. Good flick from Christian Rodriguez, who was fouled by Christian Gamboa. And Felix Brick's patience is being tried by the Costa Rican defenders.
Just got a bit too tight to him, hasn't he, there, Gamboa? Have a little flick from Rodriguez round the corner, looking for the little give and go.
Forlan. It's well judged by Navas. Bolaños. Teixeira. Duarte to Gamboa. Teixeira up to Brian Ruiz, looking for a free kick, but Godin won it cleanly enough. Costa Rica again. They have had, in the 5 friendly matches they played this year, 4 red cards. Still reminiscent of some of the Honduran challenges against England in that warm-up game last week in Miami. Just a little naive in the force and the positions in which they're being made. Stuani. Forlan is putting it away. Brian Ruiz finding Joel Campbell.
Again, an opportunity there once more for Costa Rica to maybe have a 2-on-1 situation on Martin Caceres down here. Uruguayan left back, but Campbell keeps the ball, goes back across the field, and all the blue shirts get back behind the ball, and now they're difficult to break down. That's what they are good at. They're very well organised, Uruguay. I think for Costa Rica, they're going to have to try and go quite quickly when they do get a chance to pinch it and counter. These guys that are used to the heat, it is very, very hot, very close out there today.
Still 32 degrees.
Yep. So sometimes you do tend to, when you have possession, you think you'll just take a collective breather and you slow it right down. Difficult though to continue to do that. When you're 1 down, at some point you've got to start taking a chance, you've got to commit men forward. Plenty of time left yet, of course, for Costa Rica, but just like to see them be a little bit braver when they do have the chance to counter Uruguay.
Caceres. Rodriguez just kept it in. Caceres here is a regular at left back for Uruguay, less so for his club Juventus. He's played a little bit more at right back or centre-back. They tend to play with three centre-backs.
Right, the three. Yeah.
Rodriguez looking for a free kick. Eventually runs into Gamboa. Early forward towards Campbell, up number 2-1. What can he make of it? Muslera's committed there. Lugano came across. I mean, there was a push.
Well, did well there, Joel Campbell. It's not easy against Lugano, and Godin, whether or not his left arm there just gave the defender a little bit of a nudge is irrelevant. He kept going, and then he chased after it once more. He forces the throw in.
Gamboa's cross, easy enough for Muslera. Clearance to Suani. Well seen by Omana. Uruguay's recent tournament pedigree: World Cup semi-finalists 4 years ago, Confederations Cup semi-finalists 12 months ago, Copa America champions in between, 14 high-profile, high-pressure tournament games in which nobody's beaten them by more than the odd goal. And 9 of tonight's starting 11 played in all 3 of those tournaments, and so did 4 of the substitutes here, Suarez included. So it's a battle-hardened
squad. You can see, can't you, when you look at the shape of the team, when they haven't got it, they all know what they're doing. And they all get back, they all know when they're going to go and squeeze, when they're going to go after it together, or when they're going to drop off and just let the opposition have it. Well drilled in that respect. As I mentioned earlier, they're not the most innovative going forward, but they have the lead, and they feel that when they have that, they feel that maybe they can wait and wait, and that a second goal will eventually come. They can trust that back four.
Omana won that. There's Brian Ruiz getting it back from Campbell, feeding Gamboa. Lugano blocked it, didn't have much control over it, needed Godin to intervene. Gargano early towards Cavani. Across comes Michael Omana. Rodriguez allowed to turn. Gargano. Cavani. Forlan. Rodriguez to Caceres. Have a back here. Rodriguez with a chance to burst forward. Find Diego Forlan. Just caught in two minds. He did have options to on in particular, and space to his right.
Clever little flick this one from Martin Caceres. Back to Rodriguez, and then went smartly into Diego Forlan. He did have a little bit more time, perhaps than he thought. In the end, the shot was a poor one. If he just maybe moved it half a yard, he could have really hit it. In the end, he's trying to curl that one in the far corner.
Rodriguez impeded. Used mainly as a substitute by Atletico Madrid last season. Cristiano Rodriguez was a fixture in the Uruguayan team. Godin, his clubmate, finding Rodriguez, and he's just offside. Borges' header just doesn't quite connect with Borges, but there's Junior Diaz. Bolaños. He's going looking for the ball now to Shader. He did get a touch off of Uruguayan on the way through. It is a corner.
I thought he actually missed it. He probably did actually to Shader inadvertently. Just Diego Lugano ends up just making that last vital contact. Just one last opportunity before half time. Make it a good one.
Bolaños, he of the bandana. Will take. Oh, they've all missed it, and Gonzalez just couldn't quite connect at the far post. Muslera felt he'd been impeded by Borges running across him. Gonzalez had the chance.
Certainly was. Nothing convincing about the goalkeeper's work there though, was it? He ended up actually getting bumped by Godin, his own player, and Gonzalez at the far post can't quite get it. Again, Godin there is grabbing. The referee doesn't see that, and Borges just sneaks away from him. Muslera just can't quite get it because of his own man.
There are no added officials behind the goals in World Cup football. Feeling that the presence of the extra officials in European club competition last season maybe helps stamp out some of that blatant checking and holding inside the penalty areas. Christian Rodriguez. Now Diego Forlan. It's deflected, and that's a really, really good save by Keylor Navas. Quick feet, spring heel jump, terrific keeping.
Yeah, excellent stuff from the goalkeeper. Because you often see goalkeepers just stand there and watch that one go over their head, dip under the bar, but he didn't. He turned immediately. He knew he was in trouble.
Got to be brave there, because you can collide with the post. You've no idea of your bearings. Eyes only for the ball.
Well
Tremendous.
done. Yeah, excellent stuff. Crucial as well. Vital point of the game, and if they'd have conceded another one there, no way back for them.
Last of the 45. Forlan takes. Taken out by Borges. Gargano's pass is poor, and it's been seized upon by Borges, and just couldn't quite make the most of it. Might still come for Campbell. Alvaro Rios sees to it that it doesn't.
He's looking for those little bits, isn't he, Gargano? Anything that's bobbling around in there he wants to claim and wants to get the ball back on the floor for his team.
2 added minutes coming.
As we expected, Uruguay have been workmanlike. Got the break they needed, they've got in front. And now it's about what Costa Rica have. Have they got enough? Are they brave enough to really commit enough men forward in the second 45 to try and find a way back in the game?
Uruguay can make a good case for deserving to be in front, but bottom line is the penalty they were given could have been given on at least a couple of occasions we've seen at the other end too. Lugano up towards Rodriguez. Maxi Pereira getting forward. He's a very adventurous right back, but we haven't seen too much of him getting beyond Stuani down that side.
It's probably the furthest he's been up the pitch, and he's usually, every time you pick your head up when he's in a Benfica shirt, that's where he is.
He turned 30 on the eve of the tournament. There should still be plenty of fuel in the tank, but he doesn't seem to be quite as explosive as he was a year or so ago. Gamboa chancing his arm. Free for company. It's a good ball in towards Campbell, and it's slightly behind him, and he did well to improvise any kind of a header.
Better though, Gamboa. First time he's really had any intent to get to the byline. That's exactly what I mean. It's just a fraction behind Campbell. Trying to make something of that from that sort of distance, very difficult.
Just to reiterate, if teams are level in the group stages on points at the end of the first phase of the competition, goal difference, plain goal difference, it would be the first deciding factor. Uruguay have got one here. They've been dominant. The goal that they have scored came from the penalty spot midway through the half from that man Edinson Cavani. He's missed the best other opportunity of the half. Felix Spreaker was brave enough to give a penalty at one end, might have given a couple at the other in truth. Not much to choose between the two on the scoreline at least, but Uruguay have been a class apart in general play. We'll be hearing from the boys in just a moment at half-time in Fortaleza. It's Uruguay 1, Costa Rica 0.
Brasil, Brasil.